gunarahitam, kamanarahitam, pratikshana, vardhamanam, vichchhinnam, sukshmataram, anubhavarupam. Now he is given so many characteristics. He says, gunarahitam. In this love, you don't even see the qualities of your beloved. See, why do we seek qualities? Because they will give us happiness. This person is very beautiful. This person is very knowledgeable. This person is very kind. So we are attracted by qualities, which is natural. So initially, the basis of love is those qualities. Now, God has got unlimited qualities. But that love should not see the qualities, it must go beyond. Otherwise, like worldly love, when the quality is finished, the love is also finished. Somebody loved another because of that person's wealth. The wealth is gone, the love is also gone. Loved somebody because of that person's voice and wonderful singing. That person's voice has become hoarse. Love is also finished. So worldly love finishes on seeing the qualities finish. Why? Because it is self-seeking. And the test for divine love is the quality finishes. Actually, God's qualities can never finish. But in his pastime, he may pretend that they are finishing. But still that love sustains. Mother Parvati, we discussed yesterday how she was again born as the daughter of Himalaya and she performed austerities to get Lord Shiv as her husband. So Lord Shiv sent the 9 Yogeshwars, test her. So these 9 Yogeshwars went to Parvati. And they said, you are engaging in devotion of Shiv. Don't you know? He's got so many flaws in him. He wears a deer skin and he's got scorpions for earrings and he keeps a snake around his neck. And he applies ashes to his body. Why don't you love Vishnu? He's the abode of all good qualities. So Parvati, like a true divine lover, she said, Mahadeva avaguna bhavan Vishnu sakal guna dhama Jehi karam man ram jahi san tehi san kam. If a person's love is based on qualities, that is not love, that is calm or lust. Janam koti lagi ragar hamari varahu shambhu natu rahu kumari. Either I will make Lord Shiv my husband or I will remain unmarried. Now look, Parvati is expressing her selfless love. That is the kind of love all of us are seeking. And you don't get it in this world. And that is why the dissatisfaction. You entered into a relationship with someone, disappointed. Someone else, disappointed. Where is that perfect friend you've been searching for all your life? You will not get it in a material personality. That love which your heart is seeking is the selfless, true love which you will get from the reservoir of love, which is God Himself. So Narad ji says, gunarahitam, in this love you don't even see qualities. Kamanarahitam. You don't desire from your beloved, let him do this for me, let him do this for me. So then, does the devotee become desireless? No. The devotee tries to understand what is the desire of my beloved. and then he desires to fulfill it. In other words, Kripaluji Maharaj says, Teri ichha mein ichha banati rahun, tere sukh mein hi sukh nit pati rahun. The devotee keeps desiring in accordance with the desire of God. So he has an intense desire. Such an intense desire you cannot even understand. But that is the desire to fulfill the desire of God. So material desire, kamanarahitam. He is free from it. So then, pratikshana vardhamanam. This love is ever increasing. In other words, no matter what our beloved does, it doesn't get destroyed. Does that happen in the world? In the world, the love goes up, down, up, down. The beloved has spoken well, very nice, so wonderful. Spoken rudely, terrible, awful. The worldly love gets destroyed. It gets a reverse impetus, and immediately it can be totally shattered as well. But divine love is beyond this. It can never be broken. Why? Because it is not for self-happiness. If my beloved is happy in this, all right. He is not happy in this, all right. In other words, the nature of this divine love is eternal forgiveness. You are forgiving him. And God is very cunning. He is pushing you up further and further in the path of love. So at times he will behave in the reverse manner, just to check you out, to push you further, to make your love more selfless. Just like when gold is put on the fire, it becomes more sparkling and resplendent. Similarly, God wishes you to go up this ladder of selfless love, so he may behave in the reverse manner. But then the devotee keeps the definition of love in the mind. Sarvatha dhvansarahitam satyapi dhvansakarane yadbhava bandhanam yuno saprema parikirtitah. Where there is a reason for love to be destroyed, but it is not destroyed. So it is ever increasing. Prema mein purnima nahi. It's not like the moon that will increase to full moon and then start decreasing. Avicchinnam, it cannot be cut. Sukshmataram, it is so subtle that it pervades the entire body, the mind and the intellect. And amanubhavarupam, it is to be experienced. Somebody may keep talking about the honey in the jar. You know, this is the viscosity, this is the surface tension, this is the density, and you may keep on saying, all right, all right, all right. But that will not give you the experience. You have to open the bottle and taste it. Now it comes in your experience. So Narad ji says, Anubhavarupam. Next sutra, 55. Tatprapya tadevalokayati tadeva shrinoti tadeva bhashayati tadeva chintayati. Narad ji says, that person who attains this love, he only sees God. He hears God. He talks of God. And he thinks of God. In other words, the mind has got attached to God. So now the whole world has become godly for him. And all his actions have also become godly. So this Narad ji is saying is the consequence of receiving this devotion. You see, this experience of God, or how you see God in this world, there will be stages. First, we will see everybody as the soul and parts of God. We'll see, all right, he's so and so, he's a part of God, he's so and so, he's a part of God. But then the sages, they go even beyond. They see everybody as God himself. That is the highest drishti. That is the drishti or the vision of a Paramahans. The Paramahans sees God everywhere and in everything. Jit dekhun tit sham mai hai. Some of the saints have expressed this sentiment. There was a saint from Maharashtra called Namdev. So this Namdev, he had such devotion for Sri Krishna. He was eating from a plate and a dog came and picked up the roti and started running with it. He is thinking, oh, my Sri Krishna has come in the form of a dog. He's taking my roti, but it's without butter. I had not applied the butter as yet. So Namdev was running behind the dog with butter. That please, your throat will get hurt, Sri Krishna. You have taken the roti, let me apply butter on it. And that is the highest drishti. But people with that level of drishti, sometimes they cannot function in the world. So the great sages, the God-realized saints who have descended from his abode, they may possess that drishti, but they control it and bring it down a little lower so that they can engage in the activity of Jeev Kalyan or welfare. Similarly, as you engage in devotion, God reveals himself. So the way he reveals is also different. Sometimes he just gives a glimpse. You know, like you have the searchlight and goes around like this. So you see it coming by and it's gone. So God gives a glimpse. So many of you have had that experience. You got a glimpse of God. And then sometimes he gives a bigger darshan. But that is not yet the divine darshan. That divine darshan when you have, you will be beyond Maya. Tad Vishnu paramam padam sada pashyanti surya. After that, you will always be with God. This Maya will be dispelled. So there are different stages of darshan. So I was telling you the example of seeing God everywhere. A very beautiful example of this from the Mahabharata is of Babri San. The son of Bhimsen was Ghatotkach. And Ghatotkach, his son was Babri San. So this Babri San was very powerful. And when the Mahabharata was about to begin, the war, so Babri San was also coming by the skyward path. And Sri Krishna came to know. So Sri Krishna thought that he is such a powerful personality, he can put the war on either side. He can change the course of events. So he asked Babri San, wait, listen, where are you going? So Babri San said, I am going for the Mahabharata. So he said that, can you show me your prowess? What can you do? Babri San took an arrow and he shot it at a tree, and the arrow brought all the leaves and put them on Sri Krishna's feet. Sri Krishna was very impressed. He said, will you give me one thing? Babri San said, yes. He said, I want your head. So Babri San did not hesitate. He chopped off his head and gave it to him. So Sri Krishna put his head there that you sit here and watch the whole Mahabharata. So Babri San was just watching the whole thing. At the end of the Mahabharata, Sri Krishna came to him and he said, what did you see? Babri San said, I only saw Sri Krishna everywhere. He was seeing that Sri Krishna is doing everything to everyone. So in Rajasthan, that Babri San is worshipped as Sham Devata, the Devata who offered his head to God. So nevertheless, I am pointing towards his drishti, his vision, that he is seeing God everywhere. So Narad ji in this verse is talking in the same manner. He says that person who attains love for God, he will see God everywhere, he will hear God, he will connect everything with God. So that, of course, will be the stage of perfection. You will not suddenly jump there one day. This devotion is not a unit step function. It's a slow climb, slowly, slowly. That's why Naradji has described sadhana. He's described the perfection to attract you, to tempt you to engage in this sadhana. He's explaining the various points you need to take care of. And now, having heard of all these different aspects, we must now progress on this path. So somebody was asking me, Swamiji, now how do we move ahead? What do we do on a regular basis to sustain that inspiration? So that will be very important. The inspiration you take away, but then you sustain it. You build on it. And it will give you dividends all through your life. So that you have to do yourself. That nobody can do for you. Your personal devotion, your personal effort is your own effort. एक पेड़ दो पक्षी बैठे, अपनी करनी गुरु उतरे, अपनी करनी चेला. Each person has to do their own sadhana. It's just like the birds flying. You know, in the winters, in the run of Kutch in Gujarat, millions of flamingos descend. You see, the whole place is red in that desert. These flamingos have come from 5,000 miles. And then, when the summer begins, they are going to begin their flight. Each day they will be flying 120 miles. Now each bird has to fly its own flight. The other birds cannot do it for it. They can encourage, come, we are doing it, you also come along. It may get tired and exhausted. They will say, no, we are almost there, don't give up. But if the bird decides to give up, it's going to fall down. Similarly, this journey to God realization, others can help you, encourage you, the Guru can inspire you, guide you, enlighten you, but then the doing part, you have to do it yourself. So firstly, keep revising that knowledge. The knowledge that you received inspiration from. Most of you have taken the books and the CDs. Keep referring to them again and again. When the knowledge is there fresh in the intellect, the sentiment, devotional sentiment will be natural. Why does the devotional sentiment wane? When that knowledge evaporates. Bring it back consciously. Don't let the intellect rule you. You rule the intellect. You're supposed to have this knowledge and not this knowledge. So exercise your authority over the intellect. So keep the intellect fresh with that knowledge. And then after that, participate in the satsangs. Those who have found these teachings inspiring and would like to go further on this path, we would invite you to participate in the monthly or weekly program that's taking place in your city. So this will ensure that the flame of inspiration remains burning. From my so many years, decades of preaching experience, I'll tell you from practical experience that those who keep that contact, then their whole life changes. And those who think, I can just do it in my house also, they'll end up not doing it in the house nor in the satsang, and they forget all about it. So this is one very positive thing that you can do. You participate in the satsang. So in all the places, New Jersey, Boston, Connecticut, New York, Maryland, etc., we've got the regular satsang going on. They meet on a regular basis and they hear the lecture, they chant the bhajans, say the prayer, do little meditation, yogasana. So in this way, the inspiration remains burning. And then if you can do it on a regular basis, on a daily basis, that is excellent. You do it every day for 1 hour. Meditate on the form of God. Contemplate. Use the kirtans for contemplation. Enhance your longing for God. In this way, engage in your devotion every day for an hour, and you will find that seed of devotion which you received in your heart, the water of your regular devotion, it is beginning to flower into a plant and then into a tree. And from that tree you will get this fruit of divine love, which when you taste you will be fully satisfied. So do your regular devotion. Don't let the inspiration fritter away by the kusang, the bad associations, as Narad ji had explained, had maintained. So in this way, if you continue, you will find that all these things that were explained here, they will come into your realization. So on your journey, the spiritual journey, my best wishes to all of you to attain that ultimate goal of God realization and divine love.